This is NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runner's Alley, come to you from the 2019 Seacoast Championships. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Thomas LeVay of Better Homes and Garden Realty, the Masiello Group. That's actually Coach LeVay's dad of Exeter. So we're at the start of the 4x800 girls. It's a little bit windy day, about 60 degrees. So we got Portsmouth going out to front. So this is the last meet for qualifications for the upcoming state meet next week. All the state meets will be held at UNH. Division 1 will be on Friday. Division 2 and 3 will be Saturday. So Exeter's out in front now. Cole Brown followed second place. So what we got coming here down the straightaway? We got Exeter, Cole Brown, Winnicott, Portsmouth, and Dover. So they went through in about 76. So decent.
Not bad.
Yeah. I'm here with Jonathan Thorne, shot putter, pole vaulter. What else do you do, Jonathan?
Discus and jab.
Discus and jab.
And 4x4.
So a whole bunch. And 4x4. So you get a lot of points for Cole Brown. What are you looking to throw today?
Like 50 in shot and about 140 in disc.
Oh, good. 50,
Yeah.
huh? Good. Some
Shooting for it.
ambition today. All right. Cole Brown's out in front now. Winnicott in second. Winnicott in third. Portsmouth fourth. Dover in fifth. You ever done the 4x8?
No.
Never stretched it out that far,
No.
huh? Yeah, 800's a
Too
tough
far.
one. 600, 800, 1,000, those are going to be the toughest ones. And then 1,200's also pretty tough. Distance medley relays. Okay, this is the first leg coming in. See how the transition goes here.
That's
Well, they got a good time going.
Brown in first.
Cole Brown's in first, coming through in about 2:27. Winnicott in second, Portsmouth third. Dover fifth, Exeter sixth. Just like everybody else. Warriors is Winnicott. You know who that is leading the way for Cole Brown, right? That's Sam LeMay, Miss Teen New Hampshire. I say it every time because I used to coach her at Deerfield.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
She's a great kid.
Yep. She was the key to our first girls cross-country team to win the state championship. She was our fifth man as a fifth grader. So she's done pretty well for herself. So it's a close one. We got Cole Brown, Winnicott, battling it out. But every team's still in it right now. Got Portsmouth, Dover, and Exeter ripping up the rear. Decent time coming through.
341.
Yep. I don't know. I'm not even sure of that. I thought it was quarter, but this race is getting pretty tight. Winnicott trying to make the move on the outside. And they did it. Good breeze today. It's better than this morning with all the rain we got. That Cole Brown pulled back in front.
Yep.
right, we'll see how this goes here. Going to be still on the sub-5 here at the mile.
Cole Brown,
4:58.
4:58.
So what's your best shot?
49.6.
49.6. So you're right there. Break 50,
Close.
that'd be a good one.
It's the goal.
It's kind of like a new club to be in when you get into the 50.
50-footer.
There's not a lot of 50-foot throwers in the state either.
No, I don't think there's anybody in the state right now. Over
Just
over 50.
Haggerty's the only one that's
Haggerty in winter track.
he's it. Yeah, the kid from Portsmouth, you've been going against him today, right? He went 49 and change.
The kid from Portsmouth.
Yeah, Thor Griffith.
Oh, he didn't throw 49 this year, did he?
I don't know. I see it on his list as a
Really?
49.
That would have been a big PR for him.
We had a kid on my team in Portsmouth. First time he ever came out, his senior year. First time he throws the shot, 56 feet. End of the season, he won the state championship. How far do you think he threw?
What was his first throw?
56.
56 feet was his
Yep,
first throw?
first throw.
Geez, 64?
No. Stayed at 56. Never
Really?
got better. Played 2 years for the New York Jets. Gary Walker. Just a monster.
Let's go, Cole Brown.
So Portsmouth pulling up in front. Cole Brown second, Winnicott third, Exeter fourth, Dover fifth. But they're all in there together. Anybody's race. Yeah, we had 3 50-foot throwers on one team.
Wow.
Those
That's
were the
impressive.
days. But there was quite a few 50-foot throwers.
Yeah, it's definitely dropped off in the past 3 or 4 years.
And you've had a couple 60-foot throwers, kid from Milford and kid from Lebanon.
I got to watch, what's his name? Aiden Felty
Yeah,
from Massachusetts in New England. He threw 67.
67.
Yeah, he's top in the country.
And there was a bunch of Maine kids, too, that were throwing
Yeah,
last year that
yep.
were in the 60s. They were in the 60s, right?
Yeah, they're up in the 60s.
Yep.
High 50s, low 60s.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I've seen a few guys. There was a kid from Maine, a guy named Bogdanovich. He was from Maine, but he threw for Brown. He was your size. Kid was quick as lightning,
Yeah.
and he was one of the best in New England in college.
Yep. Portsmouth pulled away in that last lap, huh?
So Portsmouth's taking it to it now. Handing off to the anchor leg.
Let's go, Soap!
7:30. Dover in second, Cole Brown third. Winnicott and Exeter. So they're right on 10-minute pace for 4x8. Still a lot can happen in this last half mile. Looks like Cole Brown's bringing that 3 right to her. Exeter's kind of falling off the pace a little bit. Well, this should make for an interesting race. So how high did you get in the pole vault? 10-6?
Last year I did 11.6, then I kind of
11.6.
gave up on it this year. Just
Yeah.
There's too many events to do.
Right.
But it's definitely a fun event.
Yeah, it is. It's fun till the pole snaps.
Happened to one of our coaches when he was in
Yeah,
high
it
school.
happens. It happens. The poles now are better, though.
Yeah, I know for sure.
Wow, this is a tough race. So Winnicott in front, Cole Brown second, Portsmouth third, Dover fourth. Exeter's trying to make their way back into it. The gun lap coming through at 8:45. So let's see if they break 10 minutes. Winnicott with a slight lead. Yeah, Cole Brown, Portsmouth, Dover. Exeter's trying to claw their way back into it. Portsmouth's now in second. Think Portsmouth's got enough in the tank? Overtaker? Oh, a little look back there. Not so sure that's a good thing.
Winnicott looks strong.
Oh, Portsmouth's coming hard. Here we come down the home stretch. Portsmouth, Winnicott. Looks like Portsmouth's going to take this. Portsmouth's going to take it. Sub 10, 9:57. Winnicott 9:58. Cole Brown third, Exeter fourth, and Dover fifth. That was a close race. Some good times there for the first event.
Guys, 4x8, let's go. Guys, 4x8.
Nothing wrong with that. Start the day off. All right, in this race, looks like we got Winnicott, Cole Brown, Dover, Portsmouth. So just 4 teams. Winnicott's got the best time in the state coming in. They don't have all their studs in this, but they have a couple of them that were on that fastest team. So this could probably be anybody's race here today. Cole Brown looks like they're loading it up with their best guys. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, good chance Cole Brown will be running some of their top guys, trying to improve that seed time. I think right now they're 7th in D2, so looking to expand upon that, especially given the 800 runners that they do have and the depth they have with them.
Dover went out to the front. So it looks like Dover's starting off with their best runner first. Dover's top runner has a striking resemblance of the guy that's winning all the money at on Jeopardy. He could be a stunt double.
No, it's top 8 times.
Can hear that wind.
That wind is howling, huh?
Picking up a little bit today.
Yep. So they came through it in 101, 102. So nothing earth-shattering on the first lap, probably feeling each other out. Now we'll see what happens in the second lap.
Yeah. Tell you, it's pretty weird just seeing 4 teams out there, though, for 4x8.
Gives you a little bit more room to run, though.
Oh, absolutely. Really, with only 4 teams, it's kind of surprising that we do have the top 3 all right together.
Yep.
But, of course, this is only first leg.
Tell you what, if Winnicott can hold in there, they got some good guys coming up. Just got to keep it close. No team is out of it yet. Here comes Dover. They've opened up about a 10-yard lead. Winnicott in second. Cole Brown third. Portsmouth's battling the way back in. So coming through in 2:02. Cole Brown second. Winnicott in third. Portsmouth, that had to be probably one of the most awful ones I've seen. You kind of got to get out of the way when you're handing off the baton. That's too bad because Portsmouth has got a lot of momentum coming into this. Dover widening their lead.
Hey, you want to do winners in the next 2?
Cole Brown and Winnicott are starting to make. Actually, they're starting to bring it home now. I think Dover might have went out a little too hard at first.
Yeah, got to wonder if it was that strategy of get out and away or just not really 100% sure what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely Dover went out with their best guy. I have a feeling Winnicott's got a lot in the tank here. This kid ran a great leg at Clipper Relays. So Winnicott took it took the lead. Dover's in second. Cole Brown third. And Portsmouth's about 40 yards back. Winnicott's really ripping it up. My apologies. Last week, Kilber Relays, I called this kid Napoleon Dynamite. Can't help it, but he does look like Napoleon. But I think he can run a lot faster. He looks great. He just digs.
Yeah, it was a good second lap from him.
4:08, good. Still anybody's game right here.
Of course, 4 teams, not a lot of traffic handing off. So far, seen some pretty clean handoffs.
This is the key leg for Winnicott right here, because I know their anchor leg can hammer pretty good. And Cole Brown's got a 159 guy. Porter Higas finishing it out in the last leg. And Portsmouth's dropped back probably 80, 90 yards at this point. So I think if Cole Brown can keep it close, they'll have the advantage, because they're finishing with a 159. But don't count out Winnicott. The last kid's got a lot of scrap in him. It's who's going to want it the most. And it's going to force a good time. Well, they're bunched up pretty good now. Winnicott is still leading. Cole Brown second, Dover third. This is a tight race now. There goes Luke Kasich. He's pulling into the lead. Dover's making their move. Well, still tight. Anybody's race. It's all going to come down to this last leg.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed that all 3 are just right there.
Yep.
See Kasich making a little bit of a move now.
Yeah, he's pretty scrappy. Seems like everybody's coming down the stretch. They make a good move.
Coming right into that wind.
Handoff in 6:17.
Pretty clean handoffs
Yep.
for all 3 teams. A little bit spread out just before they got to the line, though. Of course, all those runners could make it up pretty early, although we do see a little bit of a stretch. I see Cole Brown in first by about 7 meters, and then equally back, well, second would be Wyndham, right? Or not Wyndham, Winnicott.
Winnicott.
And then Dover.
Yep. This is
about
going to be a
10
battle
meters.
between Higas and I guess Terracina is his name. The kid's tough. They're starting to pull away from Dover a little bit, but Higas is going to have his hands full with this kid.
Around the back. Around the back.
Last week, Porter dropped a sub-2.
Yeah, 159. This kid's and this other kid's running 201, so you never know.
Could be a really good battle.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle.
If anything, it's just going to help both teams with that seed time going
Yep.
into states next weekend.
It's like Porter's maintaining the lead. Terracina looks like he's falling off a little bit here. It's hard when you get a lead and you try to make it up, quickly, and then it comes back to bite you usually towards the end. Higas is going to take this one. So Cole Brown is going to, looks like they're going to get a pretty decent time too. Sub 8:20 anyways.
Coming into it, they're 8:54, so this helps out.
Yeah, 8:17.
That should move them.
8:20, 8:22. So good quality times right there.
Yeah, if you start looking at battle notes, that will move Cole Brown into the #1 spot for 4x8.
The D2, that's
Yep.
good.
they'll be happy with that.
Portsmouth finishing up. At 8:46.
Yeah, that also improves their seed time. They were at 9:09. And that also puts them in the top 6. So
Right.
what other teams do this
So
weekend.
that's good.
And, of course, if we're talking about boys teams at D2, I think those teams got to be the 2 teams to watch.
Well, they're setting up the hurdles now. We'll be starting off with the girls' 100 hurdles. Sprints are going to have a tough day today because the wind is
that's
basically going right down in their face. Again, this is NewHampshireTrackAndField.com, powered by Runners Alley, coming to you from the 2019 Seacoast Championships. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Thomas LeVay of Better Homes and Garden Realty. It's part of the Masiello Group. That's Coach Nate LeVay of Exeter's dad.
We have results of the 4x800 meter relay. In 5th place, Dover. In 4th place, Exeter. In 3rd place, Colbrown. In 2nd place, Winnacunnet. And the
Yeah,
winner
look at it.
of the
Just tell Mike it's all set.
800 meter relay with a time of 9:57.73 is Portsmouth High School. The boys 4x800 meter relay results. 4th place was Portsmouth. 3rd place was Dover. 2nd place was Winnacunnet. And the winner of the boys 4x800 meter relay was Colbrown with a time of 8:17.94. There are ribbons waiting for each member of the competing relay teams at the awards tent. Winning teams get a t-shirt and an interview with NewHampshireTrackAndField.com.
Just stay out of his way so he can see, okay? So stay down.
So here? Is here good?
That's good. Just stay down. You ever seen those girls in there, or boys in the tennis thing that stay low?
And it looks like we should be getting going in just a minute now as we see the starter get the signal. And we'll have our first heat of the girls' hurdles underway. First command has been given. The gun is up. Again, like you said, these girls are running into a headwind. Good start.
Looks like Exeter, Portsmouth, and Timberlane. Exeter took that, then Timberlane, Portsmouth, Colbrown.
be able to get those names shortly.
We also are crowning our Seacoast champion for the girls and boys team at the end of the meet. All girls in the second flight of the triple jump. Ready for the girls in the second flight of the girls triple jump.
Okay, we got Exeter Spalding, Oyster River. Exeter takes that one. Okay, in this third heat, we're going to have Maya Sol of Portsmouth, Sarah Kraft of Dover, Kristen Giorda of Winnicott, Charlotte Cousins of Oyster River, Kelsey Pierce of Exeter, Ella Stasco of Oyster River, and Olivia Nona of Co-Brown.
Some pretty good form there.
Oh,
Staying
great.
nice and low.
Oyster River took, well, actually Exeter took that one. So it's 4 heats. This next heat, the 4th and final heat, will be Shaylee Doolin of Oyster River, April Weeks of Portsmouth, Adrienne Bevins of St. Thomas, Kaylin LaChapelle of St. Bon Regional, Jordan Heiser of Exeter, and Callie Candelin of Winnicott. The wind's kind of died down a little bit, so we can get some decent times coming today. Yep, we have first fall start of the day.
Double gun getting that call back. Not sure if they're DQing today or not.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Well, we'll see if there's an empty lane.
I'm not a big DQ fan in these invitationals. But it does get you on your toes for states.
I guess I'm kind of impartial. I don't really care one way or another. I know for my athletes, if they fall start, that's totally on them. You're anticipating the gun. You shouldn't be anticipating the gun. You should be reacting to it. I mean, here we go. Have a good start now.
So there was 6 athletes. I mean, yeah, there was 6 athletes. There's now 5.
We got St. Thomas and Sanborn 1-2 right now. Portsmouth and 3. Who do
That's
we got
Adrienne
for
Bevins.
names?
Adrienne Bevins is going to take that one. St. Thomas and Kaylin LaChapelle, Sanborn, second. So now they'll move the hurdles to the 110 for the boys.
Yeah, as I was saying, I don't know anyone who isn't going to naturally react to the sound of a gun.
Right.
So you don't need to expect to really just kind of clear your mind, and should take care of the rest.
Right. Okay, and this boys 110 hurdles is going to be 3 heats. In lane 1 will be William Graff of Oyster River. Michael Pullen will be in lane 2 from Exeter. Seamus Durkin of Portsmouth will be in lane 3. Trevin Leake, Sanborn Regional, 4. Jackson Libby of Spalding will be in 5. Trevor Nall of Dover will be in lane 6. Michael Thuitt of Portsmouth will be in lane 7. So Trevin Leake is probably the class of the field. He's run 15:36 this year. So good, solid time. Anytime you get into the 15s, you're doing something right. If you're in the 14s, you're doing a lot of things right. And if you're in the 13s, your name's Billy Powers. So we'll see what happens tonight. Leake's only a sophomore, so putting up 15:30, that's pretty good.
From Exeter. Evelyn Fisher from Oyster River. Charlotte Cousins from Oyster River. Adrian Bevins from St. Thomas Aquinas. Camille Sweet from Exeter and Camilla McAleer from Exeter. Those girls have qualified for finals of the 100-meter hurdle.
I feel like every year there's a little bit of wind coming right at them, but you know what? I can't remember it really having an impact. We're that late in the season where kids are ready to peak and ready to excel that you'll still be able to drop a good time.
In most days, you would be getting the wind from the other way. But just the way the weather was today, you'll be getting it from this way.
I remember, I want to say it was last year, it was a similar kind of wind with the 300 was going on. But all the kids I saw in it, they all PR'd, all the ones that I know at least. So, never know.
One thing with the hurdles, a lot of times you don't want to wind at your back. It kind of pushes you up on the hurdles too quick. Messes up your steps, and next thing you know, you're off.
Yeah, especially I know girls are over. Guys, it's not as much of an issue, but some of them still doing that 4-step or 3-step. And if you're right on the edge of perfecting that 3-step, today's not really going to be a best day for it because of the wind. Any little bit can throw you off as we see another good start here.
Wow, so they must have combined something there. Oh, actually, Jackson Libby took that one, 16:30, and that Trevin Leake would have been second, 15, excuse me, not 16:30, but those would be the 1-2. Now we're here with Evan Tangway. So the second heat of the 3 preliminaries, Joe Berube of Portsmouth, Thomas Lamar of Exeter, Aiden Hatch of Dover, Adrian Sutton of Spalding, Chris Mood of Portsmouth, Mac Whitworth of Portsmouth, and Eben Tobler of Winnicott. So Adrian Sutton, indoor state champion, he's probably the favorite here. Comes in with a 15:52. He does very well in the 300 also. I'm Jim McKenzie, and I'm here with Evan Tangway.
Yep, and we were able to commentate last week at the Merrimack Invitational. So it's good to be back. As you see, we got a pretty good start out the blocks.
And that's Sutton out in front. He's killing it.
Yeah, he's killing it right now.
He's hitting some hurdles, doing a little wood chopping. But he easily took that. So he'll be in the finals, no problem. Of Chris Mood was second in that race from Portsmouth. Third of 3 heats of this 110-meter hurdles. Cole Fuller of Portsmouth, Kevin Casey of Spalding, Andrew Kelly of Portsmouth, Jason Sue of Somersworth, Stephen Weeks of Portsmouth, and Aiden Perluma of Portsmouth. So how many Portsmouth kids are all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Portsmouth guys.
Talk about loading an event.
9 out of 21. That's quite a bit. The top seed coming in on this one is Andrew Kelly. Comes in with a 15.80. So, Evan, you run here when you were in high school?
Yeah, from what I remember, I ran here every year.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good track, good competition. That's the best part about it is while the wind may play a part in your time overall, you always get some pretty good competition, which is always nice.
It's nice getting on a roll before you go to state meet.
Yeah, exactly. Starting with Merrimack, like we talked about last week, but this is definitely one of those meets that you can, if you take advantage of, it really prepares you well.
So I don't know what the holdup is right now on this one, but
It looks like we're clear down here, so.
Yeah, we got the guns up now, guys.
well, this should be pretty tight between Kelly and Sue. One comes in with a 15.8, and the other one comes in with a 15.82.
And it looks pretty close over the first couple hurdles, but it's kind of starting to spread out a little bit right now.
It's clear to me that Kelly's the best hurdler in that bunch. Yep, it'll be Kelly and Sue. Kelly took that by quite a bit. So Andrew Kelly of Portsmouth, followed by Jason Sue of Somersworth.
The guy from Portsmouth, he won last week too, right? Did he?
And what you meet?
Is it Merrimack?
Merrimack.
Merrimack, I would say.
I think he did.
I don't know. The Pinkerton guys, were they in there?
Pinkerton.
I know I interviewed him at least once.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Me either.
But if those Pinkerton kids ran, they won. I
Yeah.
can tell you right now, because they're the class of the state right now. Wasn't the Clipper relays?
No, it was
No.
definitely Merrimack.
Definitely Merrimack.
I remember him from Merrimack.
Yeah,
I
it
just can't
very well
remember
could
what
have
event.
been.
And for those who do not know, we're joined by Jalesa Nelson right now,
Hi.
who's our sprint and hurdle nerd. So.
Well, let's see what we got in the 100. Girls, here you go, Jalessa. I want to look that up to see what happened.
All right. This is the girls 100 in the heat 1. Sophia from Sanborn, Madison Gilmartin from Exeter, Abby Lawrence from Portsmouth, Lauren Noble from Spalding, Ella Frazier from Exeter, Grace O'Connor from Winnicott, and Nadia from Oyster River. Some 13 and 14 second times in there. But today's nicer, so I might go down.
Yeah, so Spencer won that last week from Pinkerton.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
I wonder.
I'm going to see where you interviewed this
Yeah.
guy. And he won the 300 hurdles, too. So
Maybe it was a relay. I
Yeah.
can't remember. All the meets combined. All right. That was Lauren Noble from Spalding winning that
you did get
first
it right.
heat.
Long jump.
Long jump. Okay. I knew it was something. He looked familiar.
Yep.
All right. That was heat 1 of the girls 100 with Lauren Noble from Spalding winning that heat.
Yeah, we went down to Lauk's game, and I'll tell you what, Adam Spencer of Pinkerton can hold his own with pretty much anybody around. There was a kid down there that ran like 13.5, and that's even out of Billy Powell's league. But I think Spencer would have finished in the top 3 or 4 down there.
Wow.
So that tells you how good he is.
Yeah.
And he was 4th in New England last year.
Yeah. So you went to the Log Games?
Yep.
Cool, yeah.
Yep.
It's really cool.
We had probably maybe 8 kids went down total from New Hampshire.
Nice, yeah.
Grace Devaney got the state record in the 400.
Awesome.
Jacob
Wow.
Winslow got his school record running a 9:05 2-mile, which is a 9:05 3200, which is probably for 3200s. I would say it's top 5 or 6 of all time.
Oh, yeah. Has to be.
All right, you're on to heat 2 of the 100. We've got Devin McLean from Oyster River winning the 2nd heat of the women's 100-meter dash. Cruise right through. During my time of running, we went to Laux a couple times. It was fun.
Concord ended up winning probably one of the most important events there. They won during the race walk. They had a musical contest and name the artist. And Concord actually won that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, good for them.
I don't remember that.
And it ranged from like the years from like the 50s to now. And yeah, it was a pretty big win. We were most proud. Even Grace Devaney said she's very proud that she got the state record, but she was more proud that she won that musical contest.
That's funny. All right. Heat 3.
It's like Portsmouth and Oyster River.
Yeah.
Wow, Oyster River, that's a close one. Oyster River took that one, Portsmouth
Yep.
second.
That was Laurel Gordon from Oyster River.
Good, Laurel. Good.
Oyster River just piles on the sprinters the last few years.
Yeah, they've from the time I've been here, they've always known for their sprint squad.
They've literally had a good sprinter every single year. It's like one graduates and they get a new one.
It's like Portsmouth in the hurdles and javelin. They seem to find them.
Yep. Yeah, their field events are very strong. We know that as competitors. They always seem to have the best field group out of the bunch.
All right, we're on to heat 4. Hope Sinclair from Winnicott, Sabrina Sherman from Exeter, Maddie Ricard from Portsmouth, Grace from Exeter, Mia from Oyster River, and Noelle from Spalding. The gun just went off.
Portsmouth's got the early lead.
Looks like she's going to carry that through.
Good form, looks good.
And that is Maddie Ricard from Portsmouth. All right, looks like we are on to the boys. 3 heats. It's getting a little chilly.
Yeah, it is. I'm surprised.
I brought pants, but I wasn't anticipating having to put them on.
If it wasn't windy, it'd be all right.
Yeah. Well, looking at the weather, it's kind of weird this morning. You had a bunch of it was like raining, and then it was like, oh, it's supposed to get sunny throughout the day.
I was worried. But where it came from, I was in Concord earlier. It was sunny, and then
Yeah, that's where I
it's like
was.
when you got here, it's just clouds, dark clouds.
Yeah, that's the coast for you.
All right, looks like they're about to get ready. Get in the blocks. We have Jackson Maness from St. Thomas, Rudolph from Exeter, Ethan Jennison from Dover, Jack McSweeney from Exeter, Todd from Sanborn, Tyrone from Spalding, and Ryan Torres from Timberlane. Looks like Exeter has
Looks like
pretty
is that
good
McSweeney?
lead. Woo!
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got some wheels.
That looks so easy for him.
Yeah, he looks good. He's got ripping speed.
I want to say I interviewed him last week too.
Yep.
He looks familiar.
Sure you did. I'm sure he's
I think it might have been the 200 though.
yeah. Well,
Maybe?
Merrimack,
I don't
that
know.
would have been a Pinkerton kid. That would have been Cellini. Connor Cellini. Oh, maybe, what else did that kid do?
I don't know. I do a lot of interviews. I can't remember everything. Wait.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know.
The following girls have qualified for the finals of the 100-meter dash. Grace Jenkins from Portsmouth. Abby
So that
Lawrence
was
from Portsmouth. Grace Funes from Exeter.
yeah, McSweeney.
Almahan from Portsmouth.
No, I don't think I interviewed him. He didn't look familiar. He did from far away, but I don't think
Yeah.
it was him.
From Oyster River. Lauren Noble from Spalding. And Devin McLean from Oyster River. Those girls have qualified for the finals of the 100-meter dash.
All right, and this is heat 2 of the men's 100 prelims. Exeter on top in front again, and that was Marshall Burns, again from Exeter.
Yeah, McSweeney got second last week in the
Okay.
200.
Was it another Pinkerton guy?
Yep. Connor Cellini. Yeah, Connor Cellini won the. Actually, McSweeney did win the.
He did?
Yep.
Okay.
He did. He won the 100, and Cellini won the 200.
Okay, yeah. I know it was someone different for the two. All right, and this is the third and final heat. The men's prelims in the 100-meter dash. We have Ben Giles from Sanborn, Jack from Exeter, Cameron St. Ours from Oyster River, Jason Edmiston from Exeter, Brendan Carey from Spalding, and Benjamin Berman from Winnacunnet.
The wind is definitely starting to pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going pretty good right now.
Yeah.
But they'll probably get, what, nice headwind? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming right down. Look at the flag. So it's coming right down at him.
right at him. Just got to pump those arms a little harder. All right. Coming down the stretch.
Looks like
Ooh, it's a tight one. Looks like
Exeter's
Exeter,
gonna
though.
take one,
Exeter
too.
for 1 2.
Exeter,
So it looks like
yeah.
Exeter's going to win every
Woo!
single heat today.
Huh.
Looks like that's where they're going to get a lot of points from.
A lot of points. That definitely can benefit them later down the road when it gets close in some of the other events.
Because I think Winslow's only running the 800 tonight.
Yeah, I think he's going
And
for the 8.
Pretty sure if he wanted to, he could win all 3 distance events.
Yeah.
You know, so he's probably running the 800 and the relay, I would think. But you think that's a lot of points leaving on the table right there.
But I think what we just saw was definitely gonna benefit them in that aspect, not having to worry
yeah.
about him covering so many points. Save his legs a little bit for the championship season.
You got Radagonder also. You
Yep.
know, in the 400, he'll grab some big points. So quite a bit.
So we just got to see how the other competitors like Coburn and Portsmouth are gonna try to battle back and grab some other points in other events.
So what are we moving on to? Is it the 100-meter finals?
Yep.
And no finals for
110
the
hurdles.
Yep, 110 hurdles.
Finals, no trials for hurdles.
What's that? Yeah, they already did the.
Finals, no trials for hurdles.
Yeah, we already went through the trials.
I think they added them.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the beginning, I'm
'cause-
pretty sure they added them because they had enough entries.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because, yeah, it would have been on. Okay.
You got anybody in the if both of them not enough to fall back to back, right? Pardon? Yeah.
Setting up the hurdles for the girls. Hurdle finals.
If only the sun would pop out a little
I
bit.
know. Or even if the wind would stop. It'd be
If the
okay.
wind, that's the thing, is this track, I remember, it was always very windy, especially on certain straightaways. But if the sun would just even pop out, it'd just warm up a little bit.
Next up on the track is the 110.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember Seacoast. I never remember having a season that was this rainy, this cold.
No, this is the last couple of weeks that I've been back.
Yeah.
Very rainy.
I don't remember. I remember one year when we even started in March, it was like 80.
Yeah, I
was
mean,
great.
last year I remember our first meet, it snowed during
Yeah.
our first meet, but it wasn't, after that there wasn't much rain. There's just a lot of rain right now.
It is, yeah.
That wind is howling. I'm sure you can hear it right through the microphone. So do we know who we have for finals here?
I don't have anything.
Nothing.
All right, doesn't look like we have any girls' jumps going on at the moment, but looks like the boys' high jump is happening at the moment.
Yeah, we got some other field events going on around. We have some discus
disc.
going on,
See the jab over there? Kind of far away though, I can't see.
and some pole vault way off in the distance.
Yep. High jump, girls' high jump going on.
That's the one thing about track that's kind of nice. It's there's always something going on.
Right. All right. Looks like they're getting ready to get into the blocks. So this is the boys.
Yep.
Boys finals. All right, let's see who we got in the finals. All right, so we have Jason from Somersworth, Chris Smoot from Portsmouth, Jackson Libby from Spalding, Adrian Sutton from Spalding, Andrew Kelly from Portsmouth, Trevon Leake from Sanborn, Seamus Durkin from Portsmouth, and Aiden Hatch from Dover. And it looks like Spalding took that one.
Yeah, Sutton. He's a stud. Adrian Sutton. He looked really good.
Yeah, he won that easily.
No, there's no question about that one. I think Spalding could have gone 1-2 there.
I think they did. Looking at it.
Adrian and Jackson,
Yep.
maybe?
Yeah, so that's good. I mean, had two good hurdles like that. Nice 1-2
Take some
punch.
points away from the other teams too.
Yep.
Right. I feel like it's always like one team always has like one good hurdler.
What's that?
I feel like it happens like there's always one good hurdler on a team.
Yeah.
For the most part.
But we saw right there was a whole wave of Portsmouth.
Yep.
So it's like to see the Spalding come out on top was kind of stinks for the Portsmouth side, but Exeter's probably sitting there pretty happy right now.
Yeah, that was great.
When I was at Portsmouth, we had 4 best hurdlers all on one team.
Wow, that's great.
And we were so stacked. It was unbelievable how good these guys were. We had a freshman win the 300-meter hurdles as a freshman, and he never won it again.
Wow.
And that's how good our team was. I mean, it was just locked up. But the kid was kind of like Porter Higas.
Yep.
Kid was already developed.
Yeah.
Came in and already has something
Yeah,
in him.
and he never got better, but the other guys on the other team did get better.
Yeah.
We basically won a state championship with 6 guys. Because one kid scored 40
That was
points.
pretty much Trinity a couple of years ago.
Yep, it was actually very similar to
very similar. They had 3 or 4 guys that just pretty much won it. And I mean, you can do it with a few guys. That's impressive because you're putting a lot of pressure on them to perform in multiple events.
We were like 40-point underdogs going in, and we won by 1 point 2 years in a row.
Wow.
Wow. That's great.
Comes down to literally the last event. Can't ask for much more.
No. And we lost a couple by 1.2 indoors. So that's how it was. It was tight. But the hurdles, that was what kind of carried us. They good shot putters and stuff, but a kid named Reggie Snowden, he counted for 40 of those points. I think we won like 82 to 81.
It was kind of like the last couple years we had Orion Klahar.
Yeah, he got
He would get us a good chunk of points, 20, 30 points, just off his sprints and some hurdles, and some of his field events, actually. So he was an all-around great athlete, and he's actually representing UNH now.
Yeah, I ran with his sister, Ariel. She was a great track at that as well. Scored a lot of points. Amazing jumper. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I think it was our senior year. She got 19 feet in the long jump, I want to say. She was amazing.
So they're in the blocks.
Yeah, in these finals, there's Kelsey Pierce, Charlotte Cousins from Oyster River, Adrian Bevins from St. Thomas, Camilla from Exeter, Camille from Exeter, Brooke from Spalding, Evelyn Fisher from Oyster River, and Kaylin LaChapelle from Sanborn.
Oh, now they're up.
Oh.
Looks like a gun malfunction.
Happens.
Exeter is looking to score a lot of points here.
Yeah, they all look pretty even going over the first couple of hurdles.
Let's see who pulls it off. Looks like it's going to be
Exeter, looks like
Exeter.
Two Exeter.
Yep.
Exeter looks to go 1-2.
That was Camilla, I believe. Camilla and Camille, 1 and 2.
18 points right there.
Okay, hurdle crew, clear the hurdles from the track.
I'm so tired.
All right, looks like they're moving the hurdles off the track and getting ready for the 100 finals.
I would say the 100 is wide open this year in the state. There's no like real, whoever has the best day is just gonna.
Yeah, that's what it really is.
There's no like lead.
I feel like if Grace isn't running it, then it's open.
Yeah, but she's even vulnerable there in
You
the
think
100
so?
a little bit. I mean, she's clearly the best, but there's a little less room for error. I can
Right.
tell you right
Oh,
now.
yeah, definitely.
There's no one touching her in the 400.
No.
There's no one touching her in the 200.
But I feel like if it was down to it, I think she would still.
Oh yeah, she'll
pull
dig
it
down.
off.
Oh yeah. She's
She's an experienced runner, but
she looked unbelievable at Laux though.
she did. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did she run there again? What did you say?
54. 4.2, I think was her time, and she got second place. She lost to the girl from Chevrolet who beat her in New England last year, and that girl ran 54.33.
Okay, very close.
But they were in different heats,
Oh, okay.
so you never know. But Grace looked good.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Third place, Adrian Bevins.
I don't know how she does it.
She's just strong.
400 is a hard race to run at one time.
Yeah, she's just strong. I mean, she's just head and shoulders above the rest of the 400 in the state. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm sure she can go faster too. I'd like to see some of her relay splits.